David Baye here for MuscularDevelopment.com, wrapping things up from the 2016 IFBB Golden State. Sean Ray is in Dubai. We have Bob Ciccarillo from Team MD down in San Antonio at the Tim Gardner San Antonio show. Peter McGuff is off causing trouble somewhere in Florida. That puts me by myself here in California. A great show once again at the Golden State. We had a lineup of 13 good competitors. We're going to touch a little bit on your top 5 guys and maybe an honorable mention. Justin Compton coming into the show a clear favorite. Definitely, again, a good lineup with some top competitors here in the IFBB, but I don't think coming into this show anybody thought there was going to be anybody walking away with the win other than Justin Compton. The big question with Justin was he going to deliver the goods? Now, we've seen Justin at the last couple of Arnolds off his best, not bringing the conditioning we saw when he won his first pro show in 2014 at the Orlando Europa. Justin was on tonight. I'm going to go out and say this is his best ever. Now, was he as lean as he was when he won Orlando in 2014? Not quite, but the conditioning was very close. He was getting better as he was posing this morning, came back even a little bit better tonight. So he had a considerable amount, or rather a considerably more amount of muscle than he had in that show in Orlando in 2014 with similar conditions. So again, I'm going to say this is Justin's best ever and much needed, not only for momentum going to the Olympia, but for confidence for Justin. We're going to see him in just a week at the Arnold Classic in Asia. Another good lineup. He's definitely going to have more competition than he had here in California, especially in the way of Lionel Baye. That's a question mark in and of itself. Justin, a favorite heading into Arnold Asia, the first ever Arnold Asia, but again, he's not going to have as easy of a task as he did here in California. Coming in the second place spot, somebody we're used to seeing in the top 5, Michael Lockett. Par for the course for Michael. You know, he's got some freaky body parts. He's got some parts that need to come up, but as a whole, a very good bodybuilder. Conditioning was crisp, probably the best we've seen him so far this year. So a solid second place finish, but more importantly for Michael, he got his qualification for the Olympia. He got a 5th place in California earlier on in the year, 2nd place in Chicago, 3rd in Baltimore, 2nd place here. So mathematically, it's a done deal. Michael Lockett is headed to the 2016 Olympia. Rounding out the top 5, we had Kevin Jordan in 3rd place, Ronaldo Gary in 4th, and Josh Wade in 5th, making his pro debut. Now, Kevin Jordan definitely improved over his last year, his pro debut in Chicago. He was a little bit bigger. He's brought up his quad some. Conditioning was good for Kevin. Now, I harp on him a little bit. He's still not quite as crisp as he was when he won Junior Nationals in 2011, which was phenomenal conditioning, but he was definitely better than he was in Chicago, and again, able to bring up some of those body parts that needed improvement. So definitely look for Kevin to make a splash later on this year if we see him back on the stage, or again in 2017. In 4th place, Ronaldo Gary. This was a close one. I think you could have had Ronaldo as high as 2nd, ahead of Michael Lockett. Ronaldo was as big as we've seen him, brought better conditioning than his last couple shows. Again, if you guys look at the pictures, granted, pictures we say don't tell the whole story, but I think you could make a good argument for Ronaldo being in 3rd place, as high as 2nd. Personally, I had him in 2nd place. I thought structure-wise he was a little bit more complete than Michael Lockett, a little bit more conditioning than Kevin Jordan, but you know, that 2nd and 3rd and 4th place, head judge Sandy Williamson said that was all separated by 1 point for each guy, so a very close show. And again, rounding out your top 5, you have Josh Wade earning his pro card just a little over a month ago at the Team Universe as a heavyweight. Josh came out, I want to say a good 15 pounds heavier, but with still the same really good conditioning he brought to the Team Universe. Now, we all know at the pro level, conditioning is key. Josh had it all. Very shredded, top to bottom, front to back, wasn't really missing anything. Not as aesthetic as a Ronaldo Gary or a Kevin Jordan, but he had a lot of mass and really good conditioning. Gave him a top 5 finish in his first ever IFBB show. Honorable mention for the Golden State here, Dan Decker. We have only seen Dan on the stage a handful of times since earning his pro card at the 2012 North Americans. Took last year off, came back. Maybe not quite as big as we've seen him in the past, but his conditioning was really good. A lot of muscle, very balanced physique, and again, a solid placing for Dan. We don't have the placings yet, but I'm assuming he's in 6th place. Excuse me, maybe as low as 7th, but in any regard, with this lineup, a solid finish for Dan Decker. That's going to do it for us, guys. Once again, 5 weeks away from the Olympia. Make sure you check back to MuscularDevelopment.com. Daily, we're going to be bringing you guys new Olympia features and everything you guys are used to. But once again, that's a wrap from the 2016 IFBB Golden State. For David Baye from MuscularDevelopment.com.